Watching show. We're gonna do Miku.
Well, we'll see.
So we already moved ahead, and I think this all looks new. So basically, what happened is we went through everything, and we got to day 4, and we went into the mine by ourselves after we followed the other instructions, and then this just randomly happened.
Yeah, I didn't even get to go through the mines. Yeah,
in the mines, and then this just started. So
I don't know who Masha is, but that's you.
Damn, I'm so tired of all this.
Masha, that's not her name. I raised my eyes and saw a girl hanging over me. What exactly are you tired of?
Wait, that's you then.
Oh, you can do a voice from Miku. I don't want to do the whole thing, so.
Everything.
Yeah. It's not like someone made you do this or is still making you.
It's not that simple.
Oh, it is indeed quite that simple.
Damn, you're always right. Stop chatting. Come on, get to work.
Whoa, this is when her eyes really messed up.
This is confusing.
Yeah,
what's going
happening?
on?
What's happening?
Yeah, her eyes are so unsettling.
A voice that broke. No objections came from far away. The bus became empty in an instant. The girl I was arguing with sulked like a child, turned abruptly, clicked her heels, and headed to the exit. Clicked her mandibles. Her name was Masha. What's her real name? Miku.
Miku.
So why is she Masha now?
Okay, you ready?
A woman appeared in her face, simultaneously expressed agony for the fates of the whole humanity, arrogance, concentration, and fatigue. Yeah, sure.
Excellent.
What's different and weird is instead of saying Semyon, it says me. And her name is now Masha, not Miku. So what's going on?
Yeah, this is weird. Then action.
I didn't even realize when she left the bus and the camera appeared pointing at me. I've shut my eyes. That's right. I must be sleeping according to the script. What's happening? How long must I sit like this? 10 seconds? 20? That should be enough. I slowly opened my eyes and started to sweep the bus with an ignorant look. That's it. I haven't the slightest idea why I'm here. What is this? An Icarus? But why? So I have to put on the most surprised face that I've ever done. I should imagine that I'm sitting in a toilet reading a book and then the door suddenly swings open and I see Jane Reno with a gun. Pardon me. Do you mind that I'm, pardon my French, doing number 2 in here? He would surely be surprised. I just couldn't bear it and laughed out loud.
Stop.
Yelled the director.
You're not allowed to laugh. It's an outrage. We've already been shooting for a week, but we've still got less than nothing.
What's happening? She jumped close to me.
What's the matter this time? I bet that those lines you skipped probably were important to this.
Probably context. I imagined I fell asleep and had a dream about a movie we were shooting.
Why don't you go look at the transcript and scroll up to the
the arrow? Okay. We'll search further. Tunnels. Exhausted.
Wait, the trapped in a Minotaur's lab with creepy was very soon. I was exhausted. Where's that damn Shirk? How many hours have been walking? I've been close for a minute. Dreams are just dreams.
This is why I got confused. This is the tunnel, and then this happened. He just went. It just kind of faded to black, and he did the dream thing, and then this all happened.
Okay, so he fell asleep in the cave, and this is a dream.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what it seemed like. I just wasn't sure, but I'm glad we got that now.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It was hard to look her in the eyes. It wasn't like I was really worried about me messing up yet another take, but mainly because I was afraid to break into laughter again.
Okay, lunch break.
Our director took her. I read this. Took her pants off. I don't know. I took off her Panama hat and began to fan herself with it.
It's so hot.
So electronic enters with a shirt face. Like, that's your cue, electronic. Oh yeah. Well, it's summer after all. Sure came with a thin air, proving himself to be quite observant.
Duh, blockhead. You better take care of the camera.
That doesn't sound like her. Sure calmly dodged the Panama that was thrown at him and went back to his camera. He's always like that, calm, wise, and boring, dull, and quite predictable. I've got out of the bus and headed to the canteen to grab a bite. Oh, maybe that's what it meant. Maybe the directions you said that Miku's path starts after you choose which direction to go. Maybe that was a mistake. Maybe it's before you choose the directions to go, because that's exactly where we were in the... It's just that's throwing me off. And ran into Masha. Nothing.
No surprise.
Want to have something to eat? She stared at me for some time with an uncomprehending
my least
look
favorite drawing.
and messed up eyeballs.
Okay, let's go.
It's strange. Seems like the Masha has already visited the canteen. What is it? Didn't she have time to have her lunch? I examined her thoroughly from behind, if you know what I mean. Her double ponytails were really long and dangled from side to side, now and then hitting whatever they encountered on the way.
I grabbed one and yanked.
Perfectly balanced.
She said, "Ow."
Are you sure that you're comfortable with your hair like this? I yanked as hard as I could. I smashed it when we sat on the table.
What's the problem?
Well, they're kind of way too long, no.
It's part of my character, dork.
That's a different picture with different eyes. That's part of my character, dork. As if they were any shorter before that. Her eyes are different. She's changing. She's morphing.
She's evolving before our eyes.
She threw an angry glance at me and proceeded to violently stir the contents of her packet of instant noodles.
One day I'll get rid of all the instant noodles. One day I'm going to get gastritis thanks to this diet.
I already got it.
Oh, sure, but Jerry, drunk a little stage part together with these guys.
It has to be mildly intelligible because we don't know what she's saying. If it was old dialogue, fuck it. And what's wrong with that? I'm not paid for this work, so just so you know, and it's hard. The leading role, after all. I don't drink. I don't drink the cameras and filming tape? Okay.
Oh, it's like you're going for an after.
Who knows? I reclined on the chair and lit up a cigarette.
Just for your information, it's a children's camp here in case you've forgotten.
Yeah, you see any kids around? Misha just sniffed and didn't reply.
I don't smell their blood.
And by the way, all the great ones had to start with something. Some of them, for instance, started with a graduation project.
Not a single sane human would ever think of shooting such wild garbage.
She gazed warily around with an intimidated look, making sure that nobody except us is at the canteen, and continued.
What about only our Olga Dmitrievna would?
It's not like someone made you do it.
Oh, yeah.
Masha said slowly with bitterness in her voice.
Like I had any choice, or you did, or anyone else.
Well, for starters, you could have proposed another subject.
To propose a subject? What subject?
All this time, Misha had been sprinkling salt over her noodle cup, and it seemed she wasn't going to stop. I see
it's
you
not like snails. It won't die.
I tried it on snails. Why won't you die?
The WHA?
I directed my gaze at her cup.
Damn.
She slammed the salt shaker down the table. And
I
said,
missed.
This doesn't even. Is this the same person? Because she looks like Miku, but she's not acting like Miku, and her name is Masha. Is this her twin or something? What's going on? Do you think she's acting like Miku?
I have no idea. No, she's not.
She can't be.
Miku acts all nervous or whatever, and she's acting all bossy.
She's ditzy and happy. This one's like annoyed and not happy.
Yeah.
She slammed the salt shaker down the table and sadly dropped her eyes to the small hill of a salt that, like an iceberg fighting global warming, just refused to dissolve in the broth.
Oh, come on.
I suddenly felt sorry for Masha. Anyway, I could hardly digest these crab sandwiches are way better. Here! I pushed my bowl in her direction. She took it silently and began
The one thing that will help me defeat ramen once and for all. I will beat it with this bowl. But it's completely your fault.
What exactly?
You distracted me and anyway, it's your fault.
Whatever. Yeah, she kept eating in silence. I finished smoking and stuffed the cigarette out on the corner of the table. What exactly don't you like about it?
Well, it's actually fine if you're used to it, lovely noodles.
I looked at Masha in a way that made it clear exactly.
This is so
weird.
Disorienting.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the movie?
Yeah, about the movie.
Take my character, for example. Although never mind using this example, it's the worst part of the script. Were you even reading this as you wrote it?
For the first 2 days, that laziness took over. Well, I read it.
So what? Does it seem normal to you?
What exactly?
My character!
What's the problem with it? I decided to play the fool till the end.
Ah!
If looks could kill, my death would have been a pretty painful one. All right, calm your tits. Masha fixed her gaze on me. What's the matter with your character? Just normal retarded girl. Thank you, game, for making me laugh. There's so many around anyway, no? She turned red at first, then blue, then she turned to green. Go.
You're here from the Ramen Council. You were sent by the Ramen Council to spy on us.
Calm down, noodle brain. I'm not sure that the changing of colors on her face during a fraction of a second was likely that the way Masha looked scary.
You know, that's disgusting.
She said, suddenly getting a grip. I think it's perfectly normal. The cast of a movie, or a book, or for that matter, can consist only of cute, smart, and sexy characters. We still need supporting roles.
Supporting but not retarded.
It's not like we don't encounter them in real life.
This is like a very meta.
This must be, I don't know what
but
the hell.
I'm not like that.
But you're not playing yourself after all. Her stubbornness seemed to get on my nerves.
People watching say Masha is retarded.
Cover my face with my hands.
I think it said Masha is retard. Oh, is a retard.
Okay. That'd be great. Masha is retarded. Well, that kind of is ironic. I covered my face with both my hands and put my head on the table. Okay, what do you suggest now?
I don't know. Everything is just bad.
Will it get better if you just keep crying and moaning?
I'm not moaning.
I'm not moaning. Same joke. I can. I wish I would prefer.
You know what?
I opened one eye and looked up at enraged Masha. What?
You're just an insensitive bastard.
As you say, mademoiselle.
And?
She grabbed the nearest door and brought it over to smack my ass with it. Which would be great revenge, because I've slammed the door in her face so many times. And you know what? She fixed the door off the hinge, comes over and slams you with it. Perfect. She didn't manage to finish the phrase. The door just burst open and a cheerful shout.
She didn't manage.
Yeah, she didn't manage.
Semyon-kun.
That's got to be Slavia.
Oh,
like
yeah.
her new name.
Sasha.
Yeah.
Masha, Sasha. Watch Lena's Lasha.
Something like that. Yeah.
It's going to be something like,
oh, here comes another raving lunatic. Oh, Lord, what have I done wrong? I turned my head and glanced skeptically at the girl who ran to the canteen, Sasha, one of the main characters. If we compare Sasha in real life with the character she's going to play, then Masha's words are... I'm sorry, that's the wrong voice. Then Masha's words about the injustice of this world don't seem that meaningless. However, on the bright side, one can't ignore Sasha's acting talent. She really becomes a totally different person on screen.
I tell you like 1,000 times, don't you ever call me Masha-nyan.
Masha gritted her teeth.
Okay, then it will be Mashan. Can I?
Sasha snatched the chair, moved it closer, and sat beside me.
Freaking cuckoo. How do people like denying the cards in the first place? Nya, what are you talking about?
Sasha seemed to ignore Masha's opinion of professional impropriety. Oh, we're just discussing exactly Masha Nyan doesn't like about our script.
Just you would beat the nyan out of you.
She tried to land a punch on my forehead, but I dodged, and her fist slammed down the table.
My ramen!
Sasha gave a brief cry and started shivering. See how discontented she is? A curious young mind which doesn't seek any compromises, ready for long painstaking work for self-sacrifice and denial of the fragile material world, and up for what? For the truth!
Why are you so smart?
Sasha murmured and hugged my arm. Too bad you are not, dumb bitch.
No, you are hopeless.
What's so mean? I'll take that as a compliment. Masha fished her phone out of her pocket to check the time.
Okay, time to get going.
Where are you going? You only appear starting day 2. That's meta.
It's you who should get going, dork. Me too.
Snash just jumped around, still clinging to my arm. I guess so. I got up, pushed the chair back under the table, and looked over at Masha. See you.
Oh, get going.
She snorted and turned away. I appreciate when you're there.
Get lost too.
Just as that reached my ear, Sasha shot past me with the empty noodle packets trailing in her
why are they
wake.
speaking so much Japanese in the Russian?
It's satire.
I get
of
it.
some kind.
It's got to be.
I was sitting in the bus flipping through a script lazily. So which idiot wrote this? Oh yeah, that would be me. I put aside the stack of sloppily stapled printed pages and fixed my sight outside the window. Indeed, it was really hot. Even without Shurik being Captain Obvious, it was hot. Let's take the asphalt, for example. Let's describe what heat is like. It doesn't give a damn that just yesterday it was winter according to the script. You know it has to be melting right here and now. And the grasshoppers don't care, they just keep rehearsing. By the way, which of them do the chirping? Is it the crickets or the grasshoppers? Or cicadas? Nah, those screech. Damn, I don't even have the internet handy for a quick check. Though why would I? The script is all agreed on and approved and can't be edited at all. And anyway, who would care about the grasshoppers in our movie? Although it would be a splendid idea for shooting a horror flick in the spirit of 50s US B movies. Like for example, My Cousin is a Grasshopper. Have you ever seen that movie? The Cricket Day, One Flew Over the Cicada's Nest? If I have to spend 5 more minutes here, I'm going to turn myself into an insect myself. Oh, why are there no air-conditioned Soviet buses?
Hey, hello, anyone home?
A loudspeaker was pointed at me, and right behind it, I recognized the face of Olga Dmitrievna through the melting air. Please leave your messages after. God does. I felt a blow on my ass. Hey, you can't just smack my ass like that. You ever read my tour thingy?
Shut up, bitch! It's just be the last taking the bus.
Whoa.
Fuck!
That's her alter ego.
You want to know? I have a secret for making it extra like impactful, and it's literally I fold my bottom lip underneath my teeth on the inside, and I go fuck.
Oh,
and it, like,
I get it.
It like
throwing
literally
it forward. You're throwing the
lip.
Yeah, you're throwing the word forward.
Fuck.
I wanted this pretty bad myself. After all, it's better to be outside than stuck in this moving man melter. Shortick's camera was hanging over me. I acted as if I was really desperate about what was going on. Raged across the bus, dashed outside, ran all around it, and finally collapsed down on the sidewalk.
Cut.
Crit. Old Dmitriev smiled approvingly.
I see that guy doing what to.
Sure, it seems like that would be the most important thing.
And now meeting Slavia.
I read Melting Slavia.
A break, maybe. Router.
Whoops. Router prayed?
Dear God, thank you for all of the moose piss.
Of course.
We ain't here for a vacation. Go off. You go to your camera.
He hung his head and shuffled off to his place.
Action.
I stared at the camp gates. I held my gaze on the statues of the pioneers and took a few steps forwards. Sasha emerged from behind the gates.
Ah, Samuel, Uncle. My name is Savia. Yoroshiku ne.
Stunned silence descended upon the set. It seemed like even the grasshoppers suddenly stopped their song and looked up at Sasha with fascination. You know, that's a funny idea. I want to incorporate that somehow during a bit, like it's outside, right? It's like a comedian's doing a thing outside, and then there's summer noise, and you don't notice it, but the crickets are chirping, and the audience is going along until he tells a bad joke, and the audience just stops, and all the crickets stop too. Mm-hmm. It's an inversion of...
Yeah.
There's a joke to be had there that I don't think has been done, and that needs to be done. You need to subvert that cricket during an awkward pause.
Here's how you do it. You know how when you tell a bad joke and the audience is laughing, and you tell a bad joke and the audience stops, and all you hear is cricket chirping? He tells another joke, and then the crickets stop too. That's the joke.
Right. Okay.
So he tells a joke
that's better.
It's so bad that the people don't like it, and then only the crickets are still laughing.
It's easier to understand because it linearly introduces it, and the way to make that work for sure is to make sure you can hear the crickets and mid chirp, they all stop. Somehow. But yes, that's Thank you for.
I'll fix it.
You gave me the B.
You
point.
fixed my jokes. I'll fix yours.
I had an A to C joke. I need, and you got the B. All right, now don't steal it. It seems like I'm not talking to you, although you shouldn't steal it either.
No.
I was talking to everybody who's watching this and wants to steal things.
What are you talking about?
That's what they're here for. It seemed like even the grasshoppers suddenly stopped their song and looked up at Sasha with fascination.
I have just one question for you.
The dreadfully calm voice of Olga Dmitrievna reaches from behind. It's just,
have you even read the script?
Sure I did, but it's so boring.
It was pointless to cry, swear, go into hysterics. We couldn't find another actress here.
We only have 3 weeks in this camp, and you...
She sat down on her director's chair and began to fan herself with her pen on my head.
Guys, don't you get it that we won't make it in time if we keep strolling around like this? We still have lots of stuff to shoot. Could you at least get a little more serious? It's like I'm the only one who cares.
A stick certainly won't work with Sasha, so maybe we could try a carrot instead.
I'm sorry. I'll try again.
You better.
Well, I tried hard to imagine the protagonist surveying an unknown environment as millions of theories fly through his head. He's shocked. He has no idea. She just greets the protagonist and sends him to the camp leader. I took a few steps forward and Sasha appeared. So this is a film about the whole 7 days, because the first thing that happens when you get here is you meet her and you direct her to Olga's cabin. So it sounds like we're shooting it. So it sounds like.
You must be new here.
I caught the sight that the lens of the camera pointed at me from out of the corner of my eye and tried hard to make a really surprised face.
Estelle, you need to go to her. I can't bleed her.
So you can do it if you really want to.
Olga Dmitrievna wiped the sweat from her forehead.
I'm going to turn gray before my time with all these fripperies of yours.
Fripperies?
Fripperies. You want to look it up? No. I'll look it up. And we still have to do editing. Ha.
She checked her watch.
Okay, let's call it a day.
I'd hardly call myself a workaholic, but even I felt that it's way too early to stop, given we're already falling badly behind schedule. Don't you think?
I do, but I feel absolutely done.
As you wish. I shrugged and headed into the camp.
Ready? Fripperies. Showy or unnecessary ornament in architecture, dress, or language.
Nice.
A tawdry or frivolous thing. You'll have to forego fripperies like glossy mags.
Nice.
Fripperies. They're just sort of like...
Can you look at thesaurus for that? Because I feel like I know a word.
It's ornaments.
I know what it is, but it's unnecessary.
I'm not going to because I already closed the window.
Okay.
But thanks, though.
That window of knowledge has been closed to us. The night I was dining with Masha, Sasha, and Alyssa. Her name hasn't changed.
What?
There was a huge bowl. No, it's pronounced different. It's pronounced Elisa. Elisa. There was a huge bowl full of fried potato slices with mushrooms right in front of me. One of the perks of summer. Fresh vegetables from the garden.
You better see that much effort during filming.
Oh, you seem to prefer instant noodles over this.
What are you talking about? Sasha's a great chef.
mumbled Alyssa.
Didn't anyone ever tell you it's impolite to talk with your mouth full, bitch?
And you're always complaining.
I'm...
Sasha was about to burst into tears.
Oh, Lord. Come on, chill out. Everyone thinks delicious. Yeah, Masha, do you want...
Masha gave her such a dirty look that it became obvious, even to Sasha, that she couldn't continue.
But anyway, tell me honestly.
I won't!
But you didn't even know what I'm about to ask you.
I know.
So what's it gonna be?
She stared at me with a triumphant look. Why did I come up with such a rubbish script?
Damn.
Elisa and Sasha laughed.
Oh, is it that you're both okay with it?
The harem? Yeah.
What's the matter? It's summer. We're surrounded by nature. There's the beach here. Everything looks great.
But it's about visit Turkey. Why did you come here?
Elisa glanced at Masha blankly and started at the big dildo.
So,
She pointed her fork at me. Fear not the fork, but the spoon. One blow and your skull is doomed.
now you tell me, is he even normal?
Sasha hugged my arm and nodded vigorously.
What's the matter anyway? He just got us a free vacation.
I don't understand what I'm even doing here.
Well, it's not like anyone's holding you here, I said coldly.
Oh, if only what I meant it mattered. I messed it
And
up.
you, what are you doing all this time? You just keep nagging others, and yet there's still a lot of time before your appearance according to the script. You must be preparing for the role, eh? I interrupted her.
Oh, maybe I'm preparing.
Double standards.
Triple, damn it.
Well, okay. So, what are you doing for real?
Well, what would you expect me to do?
Me, nothing, just curious.
Reading books?
She answered timidly. And every book about how to master acting.
Stop it, okay? We're sitting out here. God knows where. No internet, no phone signal, nothing at all. If I hadn't brought the mosquito repellent with me, I brought it, yeah.
Masha gave her such a look that Sasha suddenly started to take up much less space than usual.
I just don't get it, you. What's the point of complaining all the time? You could have stayed back home.
Did I even ask you?
Masha got up abruptly and headed for the exit.
Masha Nyan is upset.
Said Sasha in distressed tone.
If she's got upset by now, just wait. Then wait until you see what she's gonna be like towards the end of the shooting.
The Pioneer Chainsaw Massacre with a Drabska, eh? Curiously enough, I really couldn't comprehend why Masha keeps freaking out. Sure, since the very beginning, she had no real enthusiasm for either the script or the whole idea of shooting our movie in a godforsaken Pioneer camp, but still, she wasn't that aggressive. Maybe it's the heat that's to blame, or the grasshoppers. Sure, that's it, grasshoppers. They're giving their hell instead of a good sleep. I wish we just got the button to release some sort of poisonous gas and presto. About grasshoppers!
What's wrong with them?
Might as well ask what's right with them. Whoa.
Grasshoppers, they're not, yeah.
Why?
Well, they're so scary.
You just don't like insects in general.
Nope.
Me neither. A heavy silence fell. No matter what's going on in Marsha's head, at least she can always keep conversations going, even if it's about grasshoppers. I imagined her talking about her hatred toward these hellish creatures, who dare not only plague this already perfect world, but also keeping chirping all night long, at this time interrupting your own interesting gentle soul. I'll go Dmitriyevna approached our table.
Ready for the night shooting?
Ooh, night shooting? It's not like we've even completed the first scenes yet. You also mentioned that we're done for today.
We have to make maximum use of the time, or else we won't make it at all.
I couldn't say that. I was complicated, tired. All right, what are we shooting?
The night scene with Slavia in the woods.
See?
Nani.
We're shooting the Slavia playthrough, basically. Sasha heard that we were discussing her character and jumped in.
Just please.
Began Olga Dmitriyevna with a strained voice.
Stick to the script this time.
Wakaribashita!
And stop that already.
She gritted her teeth.
I like the little
Stupid,
Japanese.
yeah.
I like trying to pronounce them and stuff.
She gritted her teeth, turned around and left us.
What's that scene about?
Haven't you read the script at all?
Of course I haven't.
Said Alyssa proudly.
I'm more than okay with just reading the scenes where I appear.
I wasn't going to trouble her with me. Let's talk about the sense of getting the whole picture of fully understand one's character. I'm watching Slavia dancing by the side of the lake in the woods.
Nya, it's so romantic.
And she strips down and gets naked. Sasha turned with a look of incomprehension. The meaning of my words dawned on her after several moments.
Strip?
Relax. Not completely.
What if it's gonna be you?
She blushed. Sure, it seems like this girl has not only been watching too much anime recently, but also is not the smartest one by birth. Just why did Olga Dmitrievna cast the characters like this? As for me, I'd rather cast Masha to play Slavia and Sasha as Miku. Anyway, it's up to the director to decide, and Olga Dmitrievna is the only director we have.
By any chance, will there be that?
I think she means sex.
What?
Sasha gave Alyssa a blank stare. No,
What do you mean nothing at all?
not in this scene.
So you will be doing that later.
Alyssa showed off a sharp grin. If it sparks your curiosity so much, you should go read the script already.
Nah, I'm not curious at all.
Alyssa got up from the table.
Okay, I'll be going.
What was all that? What's that?
It's nothing. Get yourself ready. The sun's already setting.
This is so weird.
I finished my plate of potatoes and gave a heavy Well, at this rate, we don't manage to shoot even half the movie. I guess we could just put "to be continued" at the end and turn everything into an epic saga created by the students of a third-rate local cinema and television college. Seriously, I understood that. Really, I don't care anymore. Ready. Y'all ready? I turn back and caught sight of Shorik. It's not like I have anything to prepare. Don't you think you can manage these night shootings? Oh, somehow. Let's get going then. All right. It's finally becoming colder in the evenings. Too cold, I'd say. I was sitting on a stump and trying to keep myself warm on a third tin top, while others were aligning cameras and lights.
Why should I be doing stuff anyway? It's not even like I have a part in the scene.
Masha was setting up a light reflector cloth between the trees. What if she actually does play Sasha's part?
Who else? We're always short on manpower.
Well, you could bring on more people for this. Everyone would have been happy to participate in the production of such a masterpiece.
Are you complaining about something?
Oh, good to meet you. Give it a nasty look.
Not at all. I'm fine.
Our director was probably the only reason here that Masha hesitated to argue with. I wonder why. Whoa! Shorik sat down next to me. So what do you think about topless dudes?
I found him moose.
Moose? In the back, just to remind you that Electronic is who we're talking about, and he's in the vicinity. So what do you think about guys who unbutton their shirts and make the duck face? Moose.
I am a friend to you, Moose. Come over here. I will give you many scratches.
I have no idea. It's not like it depends on me. I nodded towards Sasha. She was jumping up and down energetically, but like warming up for her role. Oh, I see.
I'm practicing getting naked.
Yeah. Shorik heaved a doomed sigh and hit it to his camera.
All right, it's time.
I hid myself behind a tree.
Camera action.
Here we go. Wait, is this how it was drawn last time?
I think so.
I assume. I don't know why they draw a new one, but I don't recognize this. Sasha walked past me, almost dancing. I couldn't help noticing that, given all this extra lighting come out of the moonlight, she looked plain stupid. But that's the cameraman's concern anyway. It's probably for the best. I slowly emerged from behind the tree and followed her. Sasha went slowly along the shoreline.
I like how she's way in front of the tree, but her hair is animated behind the leaves.
I don't know. I'm confused.
Do you see the tree there to the
know
left?
what you mean, but I don't know that it's definitively wrong. It's just like, whatever. If that's the case, it's a tiny tree. Alma, she's shirt. In fact, it actually looked amazing. I bet she could have been a great actress. So the silent cinema, all you have to do is make sure she can't talk. Apparently is what he's implying. Soon enough, Sasha disappeared into the woods. I took a few moments to space out the shoreline and then started to follow her.
Cut.
Sasha immediately dashed back to behind the trees.
So, how is it?
Excellent. Perfect. If you could only perform like this every time on the first take, then we would have it finished in time.
What a way to turn a compliment into a complete insult.
Yeah.
You're saying it like we're not going to make it on time. I noted skeptically.
We'll make it, you bet.
What do you mean that's all?
Masha suddenly appeared next to me as if out of nowhere.
You wanted something else?
We've spent like 3 hours of preparation for only 1 minute of footage?
It's cinema. Cinema, you know. Art. One can be hunting a single shot for years. One could keep shooting a 5-minute movie for decades.
Oh, good to meet you. Haven't looked particularly funny waving our arms like that.
Sure.
Mumbled Masha in a wasted voice.
Wait, that's it?
That's it for tonight.
And good night, everyone.
She threw the piece of reflector cloth to the ground and hastened off toward the camp. That's her hastening noise. I mumbled quickly because she's the smallest. Well, not really. But anyway, I mumbled quickly. My goodbyes. And then I rushed after her. All right. Stop. Hold up. Wait a minute. That's the end of the episode. No, that's when you say more of the Japanese gibberish. See you later. Yeah. Because she absorbed anime and then you absorbed it from her.
Yeah.
Sucky.
Nagasaki. Ashinto.